last night's VAR
fiasco.
decision. Why are people moaning? Was the right decision met? Yes.
Do you know what? Right, and this is what I'll say about it. By the letter of the law, when the lines are a little bit farcical.
They are.
Right, they're a little bit
Sometimes
swift.
you go, it's a bit thick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Line?
So, but listen, by the letter of the law, okay, it's offside. But that decision there is probably everything that people hate with football and VAR right now. It took way too long. And when I saw it in real time and then they showed the replay of the goal, I didn't think, oh, he's not offside. He's not offside. Like, I couldn't see what they were looking for. But when they drew the line and they see where Kane's knee is compared to where the ball is, by the letter of the law, it is offside. But as I said, that's everything that people hate about football right now. But unfortunately, it's one of them things that offside are supposed to be really accurate. And if the machine says that it's offside, then you can't really moan about it. But it's one of them things. Do you know what does annoy me, though? Really annoy me.
I know what you're going to say.
Right. Is that when, say, I'm using them as an excuse, as an example. Yeah. When Arsenal, I think they beat Fulham, right? I think you had people like Richard Keys on Twitter saying, why are they celebrating so much to beat Fulham or whatever? That's what they were saying. Right. Antonio Conte, after every time they score a goal, sprints up and down the touchline, jumping on all his staff. Like, what is that?
Really got to, isn't he?
Honestly,
if
I was opposition manager, that would infuriate me. That that is what you call over celebrating, sprinting, run up and down, jumping on all his staff and that.
We're not talking about that today.
No, that's part of it.
He's got
and what happened? Got himself sent off.
Yeah,
but acting like
that was because of the VAR farcical decision. Well, it wasn't the farcical decision. It was a farcical amount of time to get to the right decision.
It's a farcical decision that they got right.
It's not. Yes, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so a couple of things I learned. Firstly, who knew you could be offside if the ball goes backwards? I didn't know that. You played the game and you didn't know that. No one knew that.
I know VAR, thank goodness.
Yeah, it's very.
But honestly, I think when you watch the goal back and when they showed the replay after he'd scored, even though I was listening to the commentators, Jermaine Genius, and I can't remember who the other one was. No, everyone was like, "It's a goal." I don't know what they're checking here, but it's a goal. It's a goal. Yeah. But I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it looks like they've got it right. But I do question the lines.
Someone stopped me in the street. I think it must have been this morning because, of course, it's on the back of it. And they said, "Problem is VAR. You can't celebrate the goal. You got to wait." And I'm like, "Well, you do celebrate. If anything, you celebrate twice. Goal goes in. You can't stop your reflex reaction to just jump up and go mad when a goal goes in." Right, there's not a part of your brain that goes, well, hold on a minute. You just go crazy, right? Yeah. That's normal. So, you celebrate that. If it's given, you celebrate again, right? And also, people say, it ruins the game. I think it adds to the excitement. So the goal goes in.
Yeah, if you get it.
No, but no. The goal goes in, right? And as an impartial fan, I'm watching and thinking, I don't really care about who wins. I haven't got a dog in the fight. But then they go, oh, hold on, we're checking something. And as a fan, I'm like, oh, this is exciting. And then it goes on long, and I go, oh my goodness. Everyone shut up, Scoot Frank, go away. Just wait. Yeah. And that's exciting. You can argue it adds to the excitement.
I'm just thinking that another thing that infuriated me
here we go.
was listening to Conte speak afterwards. When he spoke about... Stormed out, spoke about a little bit. He didn't say corruption, but should
we have a listen?
Have you got it there?
We've got a clip.
Yeah, because I'll speak after that.
Oh, he's in. He's really got to, isn't he? Have a listen to this. This is, of course, after Spurs drew 1-1 last night at home to Sporting Lisbon. After that, VAR ruled out Harry Kane's last-minute winner due to offside in controversial fashion. Let's hear what happened and the reaction from the Spurs boss, Antonio Conte.
Harry Kane has surely just won this game for Tottenham. Tottenham are going through to the last 16.
He's just waiting for that signal from VAR. He looks behind the ball, doesn't he? Are they looking for any part of his body that's offside? It's been ruled out. It's been ruled out. Spurs are incensed. They cannot believe it. Conte's been sent off. He's been shown red.
I'd like to see if the VAR is so brave to take this unfair decision because the ball is in front of Kane. I don't see honesty in this type of situation, and when I don't see this, I become really, really upset.
The bottom line is Kane's knee was in front of the ball, and so it's offside, right?
Yep.
So here's my question: is it worth waiting 3 or 4, 5 minutes if the right decision is given?
Yeah, ultimately, because the Sporting fans would say that's the right decision. If it takes that time to get to the correct decision, then ultimately it was worth the time. But again, with Conte, and this is my point with Conte, is that I can understand the frustration because it has taken a long time, but they've got to the right decision. What bothers me a little bit though is that I think he said later on, you didn't really hear in that interview, he spoke about asking people to speak to the people at the VAR at the football club, and that obviously if they was to lose to Marseille next week, questions have to be asked because of this decision against Sporting, VAR. But hold on, they're currently at 8th. They clearly haven't been good enough in their group because they should have walked this group. When the group was made...
Is it 8th?
Huh?
Is it 8th, you say?
No, they got 8 points they're on.
Oh, right, fine.
When this group was drawn, I can remember people going, that'll be it. Spurs will absolutely walk this group. It should be fine. Group D. Frankfurt, Sporting, Marseille, they'll walk it. They're currently now on 8 points. Sporting 7, Eintracht Frankfurt 7, Marseille 6. It's Spurs' inconsistent form in this Champions League group stage that has led us to this. So you could, obviously, people can moan about the VAR decision last night, which ultimately was correct.
Well, see, that's it. It was
correct.
right.
But
it shouldn't have stood
their
the goal.
performances, once again under Antonio Conte,
First half yesterday,
whose record in Europe, by the way, is atrocious.
Yes, you're right.
Hasn't been good enough in this group, which is why they find themselves going to Marseille last game of the season, having to win to get qualified.
Okay. Spurs fans and football fans are going to phone up and talk about it, all right? The majority of them will say, Benty, come on, it was a goal. What are you going to say?
Well, by the letter of the law, he's offside.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.